Well, welcome back to Football Coach episode 53 when we were up 14-7 with a first down in the red zone. It was looking like the day might be pretty comfortable because our first drive of the game, we scored easily. And then after I think a single first down, we had forced them into punting. We marched right down the field quickly and easily again to take a 14-0 lead. That they did then turn around and get one huge play, like 50 yards, and then a second pretty decent gain to convert for a touchdown. At that point, it was like, okay, maybe not so easy, but we marched right back down the field again. Third possession, got into that red zone, and then they halted us for a field goal, which we converted. And at 17-7, was still feeling quite confident about where we were at, because outside of those couple big gains, they weren't threatening and they weren't stopping us at all. There had been no signs of it. And the fourth down that they forced, it was a 4th and 1. So we had managed to gain 9 yards on the way to that 4th and 1, to that field goal. But then they turned around on the next drive and did it to us again. They had about a 60-plus yard gain on the second or third play and ended up scoring another touchdown, and suddenly it was 17-14, and it was not so obvious as it was starting to feel really just moments prior. And then when we ended up getting forced into a punt, and they got a couple first downs before we forced them into a punt, the momentum felt as if it had shifted here against Rutgers. As we progressed down the field the next time, we were easily gaining, but a sack had pushed us back, and so about a 9-yard and a 6-yard gain combined for a 4th and 1 scenario. And we went for it. Didn't make it. It was the first time all day. It was the first time all day that we had just been simply stopped. Yes, we had punted before, but it was always short yardage when we had punted. We were always progressing the ball. It was the only time that we literally went nowhere, especially on the ground. They converted that into a field goal right before halftime, making it 17-all. Started the second half with the ball, and here they are, marching down the field. 10-plus yard gains 4 times out of just a handful of plays before we then hold them up and set them up for a field goal to take their first lead of the day. It's 2017 here early in the second half. Rutgers is a team we should be comfortable against. Our offense versus their defense, neutral, meaning we should be very capable. We're not going to score every drive, but we should be capable, and you're seeing it here. This is what all game has looked like. 4 plays, 4 first downs. We have done that repeatedly, and then all of a sudden we just halt, like one incomplete pass, and we halt. Taking the inside zone, the draw, there you go, 2 plays, first down. You don't get a first down every time, but we are moving the ball with relative ease. Let's go for the play action here. Comebacks. No, not that time. Here we are again, right? Move the ball comfortably, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you end up in a 4th down scenario. 1 yard, 32-yard field goal, tie game, 20-all. It's the other side of the ball. Rutgers has a 78 or a 79 for their offense, significantly weaker than the other offenses we've faced this season, yet somehow they've won a couple games already, and this is one of our out-of-conference games. I have noticed so far in this game that we actually seem to do a little bit worse when we blitz. I think we've forced only a single sack in the game so far. Negative plays, that's been it. We stop them. We don't allow them to progress very much, but it's slow going. And then they'll just kind of pop in. But whenever we blitz, that seems to be when they get the extra yardage. Here we are on a 2nd and 10 scenario and looking to blitz, and this is, at times at least forces the incomplete. And there we go, into a punt. Chance to get the momentum back in our favor. Still tie game, but finally the possession is ours. Can we proceed down the field and turn it into points again? Can we for the first time since the first 2 tries of the game, get back into the end zone. Something we have not done since that time. Midfield. Cross floods, corner strike, and levels. 3 chances, nothing. 3 incomplete passes, back to back to back. And clear punt situation. At least we bury him deep. And that's the end of the third quarter. Blitz does not work out. Now all of a sudden 3 plays, and they've got 3 first downs. Not something they've done at all today. I mean, that first possession of the third quarter with those 4 bigger plays was a little surprising. We do stop them at midfield. Great return there. Hudson Hewitt, 36 yards, getting us back to almost midfield, really negating the punt almost entirely. All but 10 yards of it. Hey, slight penalty, we'll take that. Halfback mid-draw, that's not penalized anymore. Another halfback mid-draw. Short, 3rd and 1. We're in 4 down territory here. And we're going to take it. 4th down. Got the first. Convert. Keep the drive alive. Quick slants. Inside cross. Almost red zone here. Going backwards. We've had more negative plays than they've had today. And this is starting to look like likelihood of having to kick a field goal. And yes, 40-yard attempt. It's good. It's 23-20. But again, red zone eluding us since it was so comfortable, right? That third drive. That was what I was talking about. Third drive of the game, we had scored touchdowns on the first 2. We were in the red zone. And then, for the first time, they stopped us. They've stopped us ever since. They've shut us down ever since. Well, hello. That was 3 incomplete passes for them. We're going to get the ball right back. 7:15 left in the game. Not yet time to kill clock. We got to keep the ball moving in a smart way. And this is looking like the offense we had early on. Play option. Oh, it's a turnover. Fumble. Thornton. Like, what? Play with the starters from here on out, please. Oh, Thornton forced it. It's Thorpe. Our backup. Douglas, just a little tired. Well, they're going to get a chance here. And they get a big first down. Pass midfield. 3rd and 2. Gap press to make the stop. No. Another first down. The bend don't break. That has been so good for us besides 2 big plays today is not looking good at the moment. We are bending and breaking and trailing by 4. It's going to take a touchdown. We got 2 minutes left. Everything's 4 down territory from here. Yikes. Regardless of field position. But again, we've moved the ball so well today. But what we haven't done is get anywhere near the end zone since those first 2 plays. We were 2-point favorites. We could win by 3 with a score. We don't need 4 verticals. We don't even need a deep pass. Slants middle. We are playing up tempo. We've got 2 timeouts left. Plenty of time. That shouldn't have been an incomplete pass. Like, what the heck happens here? Why? It doesn't say why it falls incomplete. No explanation there, but does not look like a scenario that should have fallen incomplete. Minute 47, still plenty of time. 1 timeout left, though. Really? Why did we use a timeout? Corner strike. No bubble screen. Nope, not the direction I want to go here. Okay, the deep pass is already marked down. So is the medium. Let's get the first down then. Take the quick slants. You've at least got 2 guys going outside for clock stoppage. Okay, we got the first down, and we did get out of bounds. Good. Minute 39. Short passes to keep the ball moving, or stopping the clock, right? But that one goes incomplete, and suddenly we're at 2nd and 10, needing a little more yardage. Okay, I'm okay with us now putting it 3rd and 10, incomplete again. 4th down. That is like 4 plays that are going to draw short. We need the deep pass. Shallow cross. First down. Minute 21 left. No, we do not want the halfback sweep week with only 1 play left. Then again, that could work really well from here, and it does. Purpose there, right? Is they're playing the pass at that point. inside run at that stage, you still have that defensive line. It's those linebackers that are going to be dropping back into coverage, those cornerbacks that are dropping back into coverage, and that's why an outside run works really well under those scenarios, and does. No timeout here. The next snap, we're okay. In fact, it looks like we're starting to run this down in the knowing that we're at a 1st and 10 here late on the automatic clock. We'll keep an eye on this one. But yeah, there's that heavy pass, and so okay. Anyway, I'm kind of liking this option at the moment, right? You got 4 passing options on the right hand side. Does not work though. 49 seconds. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 10. A field goal's not good enough. A field goal is not good enough. The slot outs could just about get you where you need to go. 1st and goal. 1st and goal. The quarterback's deep. Do we put the ball in the hands of the quarterback? We've got multiple plays to make it happen. The good thing about a quarterback is you're not going to lose yardage. He's right under center. Touchdown. 35 seconds left, and we are into the lead. Extra points good. 30-27. They still have half a minute. They do still have half a minute. We did leave them a little bit of time on the clock, but the important thing is they had to score. Now, they're leaning past, but obviously they've got to go to the air. They still have 3 timeouts, though. Like, this game is not over. They get 9 on 1st. Now 3rd. Now 4th. Now 4th. I like still having 3 guys deep because, I mean, there's only 22 seconds left in the game and 2 timeouts. And then everybody else engaged in the line. They did go to the air, but they went short. They got it. 18 seconds left. Oh! Me. 3rd big play of the day is converted. We were playing deep. I'm just glad we made the tackle. 5-yard line. Otherwise, they win. Looks like we're headed for overtime. This is a chip in from here. It is. It's overtime. It's overtime, folks. Only the 2nd overtime game that we've had, I believe. Let's start on defense. Know what we got to do, right? Okay. 4 big plays on the day for them. Yeah. And otherwise, they haven't done much. We have had 0 big plays on the day. Not one. Not a single one. What we have had is an offense that steadily moved the ball much more than they were able to. But they really did shut us down for a very long period of time in that game. This is anybody's game at this point. This is anybody's game. And they are at home. They've got an advantage, yet they don't have that advantage. They somehow have no fan base. It's Rutgers. I suppose that makes sense. But a 1st down here sets up a 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. 5-yard line. We do not need to be going deep like this. What we do need is more like this. Or the nickel blitz. There you go, nickel blitz. Gets a stop. 2nd and goal. They're in a heavy pass situation. Cover 2 sink. Touchdown. We've got to take it inside now. 4 down territory. That's why you want to go on defense first. 1st down's only 2 yards. We're going to get to 3rd and 4 here. Going for the short play. Halfback slam on 4th and 4. This is the game right here, folks. If we do not get a 1st down, it's over. It is over. Short pass. The slants middle has not worked well for us today, but the quick slants almost certainly could. All hitches. They know we're going to go short, though. Curl flats for the game. And we lose. We lost. In the end, 524 yards. But again, they got 4 plays that added up to about 200 of those yards. Otherwise, we were comfortably the better team all day long. But things just did not work here. 4 for 14 on 3rd down. And 3 for 5 on 4th. Well, that stunk. It was a road loss, though. You're not always gonna win, but I mean it's not like we were facing a deficit here. Just before halftime against SMU, who would normally be tough, but this year they're just 1-5. Their offensive line is pitiful, and without much push, they're not doing hardly anything. They're barely gaining yards, 1, 2, 3 yards at a time. But with 0 negatives this last time, they just kept inching the ball forward just enough to get a first on third down again and again. And then one big play here, and all of a sudden it's 14-0, and our offense has been very flat. We are not completing passes at all right now, and on the ground our gains have been marginal. So it's been a lot of 3 and outs without things really getting going. But it's almost halftime. We are going to get the ball to start the second half. We really need to do something here, and our first 2 plays are finally doing that. Biggest plays of the game so far. That there just has not been any completions really to speak of. Inside zone, 3rd and 3. This is a territory where you can go for it, and I don't know if I want to go for a 44-yarder or a 4th and 2. We're gonna go for it here. 3 points aren't gonna make much of a difference right now. We have got to get something going, and I don't know why our offensive line is not getting any push against them, because their defense is not very good. So we start the ball. We start with the ball. No, hey, we start with the ball. We start with the ball. How are they getting the ball here? They started the game with the ball. Oh, come on. Hey, not our day, and I don't know what's going on, how they started each half with the ball. That's the first time I've seen that bug. 100% without a doubt, they started the game with the ball. Ouch, big negative there. Pierce sacked. Pierce is having a terrible day. We need a medium pass. No, we do not want play action. Let's go with the wheel on the left. No. Slot outs. No. Punt. That is how this day has been going. And, here they are on 3rd and long again. And the punt. Plenty of that. But somehow this team is down 21-0. Like, what in the freaking world is going on here that they are struggling that? It's incomplete. And you're not seeing the defense do anything. It's just falls incomplete. Pierce is ice cold. It's cloudy. Like, there's nothing, absolutely nothing in the weather contributing to this. But here's the team punting again. Nice big sack there. And another punt. And a big return. Short field for the first time today. This is 4 down here. We have got to put the ball in the end zone. Must put the ball in the end zone. 2 inside zone sets up a 3rd and 1. And there you go. We get enough push at the line. We might have a chance here, but this has just been a really bad day so far. Really bad day. They got the first. It's like last game all over again, where nothing's happening for their offense, and then all of a sudden, big play. Now, there's only one really huge play, but, last drive too, it was coming out of nowhere. It snuck in. They get the first down. Gap press, 3-yard loss on that one. They did try to take it up the middle, and we put so many guys into that, and we might actually get a stop here. But, they're about to go back up by 3 scores. It's 24-7. Up-tempo. Up-tempo is the only way from here. We have all 3 timeouts. Pierce sacked. Come on. That's just pathetic. No gains. They got the ball at midfield. We're going to lose. They're still marching the ball down the field with 5 minutes left here. They score again. 27-7 to a 1-5 team. How pathetic is that? Pierce has just had an awful day. Pick six. Could it have gotten any worse? Apparently it could have. This is the worst game that this team has ever played. Even in our winless early seasons, this is the worst they've ever been. I mean, they've gotten absolutely played off the field. Only 250 yards for the entire game. 38 pass attempts and just 179 yards. Ground game never got going either. 1 for 14. Did I say it was a bad game? At this point, I feel like I just need to walk away and reset. I'm so mad at how this team is doing right now as we pick up a minor injury. Luckily, it's just 1 week. And just the second injury on the roster right now. But that was literally as bad as it gets. That was as bad as it gets. There was no reason this team should have lost to Rutgers. I mean, that game was looking so comfortable until instantly it wasn't. And it was just a couple big plays. And we have had zero big momentum in ages. I don't remember the last time we just threw 60 yards on a play. I know earlier this season, I know it happened. It's just right now, it does not feel like this team is doing anything. We were the only ones off. I knew we would get this one. That's our first commitment of the year for a B+, but A- durability. Offensive lineman, definitely on that lower end of that overall rating, but those are the guys that end up being the big ones. They are. That's all of our big time guys are the ones that have been coming in that way. And like I said, this year we're kind of settling for the scraps because the recruitment with this coaching staff, yeah, it's not good. It is not good. We are not winning battles head to head with these guys. Well, I finally take that step back, and our team does what it always does when it comes to overtime. We lose in overtime. I don't think we've won a game in overtime in this entire series. Not that we've had that many of them. Most of them have been simulated, but I think we're something like 0-6 all time in overtime, and this was triple overtime and a hell of a game against Tulane in New Orleans. So 63-61, insane game. They've got no offense but have some defense. We have some offense and no defense. They balanced out pretty evenly, and we put up a heck of a game. But we've got a quarterback with an A+. Oh, no, okay, I let this one go. I was after him early. It was very clear we were not going to be able to compete with Minnesota, so I stopped pitching him quite a few weeks ago. That gets him off the list. Pierce with 34 pass completions. 61 is a record for us. The yards, 589, was just barely a record for us. The passing yards of 442. So Pierce bounced back, but the defense stayed home. And we dropped to a really sad 3-5 after starting so strong this season at 3-2 and very, very nearly 4-1. And now all of a sudden we are a team that has struggled its way to getting blown out once and losing close 3 times. First drive of the game against Wake Forest, not going the way we wanted to. They have an offense that's going to be capable of putting up some points, and we got a lot of third down scenarios, and then they got healthy gains on third down each time to turn their first possession into a score. What they don't have is defense. Their defense is possibly the worst rating I've seen. Even our first season didn't match up, and we should be able to score at will on them. We just need to get the occasional stop, which so far we've not been able to do in this game as they get yet another first down. We get a third down, 3rd and 10, and then first down. This time, at least, we hold them for a field goal attempt that they failed to convert on, giving us a big opportunity. 3rd and 4 halfback sweep week. We've been balanced so far. We don't know how they're lined up at all. 3rd and 4 going for the halfback sweep week is iffy, but we get the first down. Okay, good. Clock ends. Wow, already to the second quarter. 3rd and 6. Oh, it's a sack. Come on. It pulls us out of field goal range, and then we put it in the end zone, so we barely even move the yardage. Not good. Not good. Looked like they didn't make enough yardage there, but it did move the stick, so it was exactly the 10. 3rd and 1. Let's go with the big blitz here. Outside line. No, gap press. If you're going to get a stop, that's what it's going to come down to. And yet, here we are, trailing against the weakest team we could possibly play against. Their defense is so weak. We have to be able to convert this, and we do. Got to come out aggressive against a weak defense like that. You have to. Big sack, though. This is the one that you've got to stop. 46-yard field goal, at least, is good. The conditions are right, and our kicker's doing well this year. But here we are trailing. 2nd and 6. I thought it was 3rd. Nope, guess not. That's clearly a first down. Now it is. Finally, we got to stop. Down 14-10. Negative plays. Like, what is going on with the negative plays? That's the only thing holding us back. We got enough for the first down. It's halftime. Already halftime? Holy crap, I'm rushing through this thing here. But massive. Wow, look at the yards after the catch. 42 yards. Shang, he's been our hero of late. He's the only one doing anything for us. 3rd and 1, halfback slam. Get the first. Halfback sweep. Get another first inside zone. It's in the red zone. Negative fucking plays. Negative fucking plays. Down 14-13. 3 and out. That's the only thing stopping us right now, is that we have had so many negative plays. Lose a yard. Makes the situation longer. And now we're sitting here at 3rd and 1. Go for the deep pass. Deep attack. Big gain. Plenty for the first down. There you go. Inside zone. Touchdown. We're on top. 2014. First time we've led today. And it's already on the later side of that third quarter. But here goes their offense. Come to life. And we're going to trail again. 21-20. Still in the third quarter. Let's go offense. Let's go offense. No. 4th and 2. 4th and 2. Oh, man. Come on. The weakest defense. The weakest defense we've ever played against. And they're stopping us. Field goal defense. Down 4. At least we stopped that for a field goal. But I cannot believe how many negative plays we've had. 2 in a row here. And we have to punt that one. That's very much a punt scenario. And 24 points from their offense. It's not a good day from our D. That was a 4th down. They went for it. They failed. We get the ball back here with 7:46 left. Do I want to go up tempo? It's fine. Halfback zone weak is okay. Outside zone. Strong flood. There's a first. I just don't get what's going on today. This episode has been a very humbling. We're on top with 4:33 left in the game. But their offense has moved the ball today. This is not over. We said that before, and it ended up being a loss. 3 and out. Now you kill clock. 3:43 left. Halfback zone weak. Yes, you want to keep it on the ground. All we need is 1 first down. And we can't do anything against them. And now we're starting to, get the penalties for doing this, for putting it on the ground. Down to 2:11. We're only just now lean and run. Outside zone is fine. Halfback slam is fine. Minute 59, and they're out of timeouts. So we've now chewed up their timeouts. We're past midfield, but we are not take a knee territory just yet. And it's first and 10. Now we have it. Quarterback kneel. 27-24. Are you kidding? I mean, how were we so bad against such a weak defense? We do just enough. 8 for 15 on 3rd, 1 for 2 on 4th, and we were talking very short yardage situations in both. At least we bounced back and got a win. Now we are 4-5 with 3 games left on the season. We definitely have 1 difficult game left. We have 2 very winnable games otherwise, but we're talking about 6 wins at best. 6 wins at best. Okay, that would be enough for a bowl game, though. Certainly not a given. The expectation was to win 6 this year, but that doesn't necessarily matter. This is still a way to build up some prestige for us if we can get at least 1 more win here on the season. But Bennett Lindsay, luckily our 3rd string running back with just 51 carries on the year and only 3 yards per attempt. He's going to be down for the rest of the season, so we are going to be going to our 4th string running back. 80% pass completion for Pierce today. Wouldn't look like it. Just obviously was not as bad as the performance we had seen before, and I did mention that in those earlier stages, but just rough 4-game stretch, right? We go 1-3. We performed poorly in every single one of the games. We had 3 close losses and 1 close victory, and we should have had a couple comfortable victories, and probably gone 3-1 during this stretch. Tulane was a game we probably should have lost, and did, and that was the triple overtime. That was the one we simulated. We can't get any consistency out of this team yet, and every time we make progress with our coaches, they're getting poached away so quick, so easy. So I've seen recent comments about keep developing coaches till you get the play calling just maxed out regardless of systems. We can't keep coaches around long enough for that. And then where are we going to get the training development or the recruiting development? Like, whichever direction you want to go with it, regardless of that argument, how are you going to get coaches to 10 when they're getting poached before they even get to that point? I know we set up a lot of extra obstacles in this playthrough, but from what I'm hearing of what others are doing in at least playing on the legendary difficulty, this, that, the other thing, none of what we have is matching up to what I hear. It's tough. Finding it tough. Hey, we got 4 wins. We're fine. We're progressing. We've made it to 2-star prestige. We are getting there. Here I am getting pessimistic again because of one bad day. It's fine. It's fine. There is water in that glass. It might even be half full. It's all good. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.